Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mel's Board Game Room. So I am joined with my friend Kayla, and we are doing our top 100 of all the games we played in 2025. I think we were both over 200 gameplays, right?
Yeah, I think I was at 204.
Right. And I think I was a little bit over that anyways.
You were
So
at 613.
Well, 613 plays.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe like 300 games.
Yeah, I think mine was 400 and some. So yeah. But mine was 206 games.
There you go. Yeah, because you got to play some of the games more than just once. We were counting. He was giving me a hard time. He's like, if you play one different game a day, you can't play through your entire collection in a year. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I play
it would take you more than 3 years.
Yeah. That's called having variety.
Variety, yes.
Right now, most of my collection is packed up, so I have a lack of variety, and I am not liking it. But I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new games that arrived this week. This one, I did the podcast with Carla, so she was talking about it. So yes. I ordered a copy. It just arrived before we started recording. So that's exciting.
Yeah, Pomedaway had that one. They had like the super deluxe copy, and they're like, yeah,
nice.
And it looked kind of interesting. I was a little intrigued.
Yeah, well, the way Carla talks about it, it looks really cool because we just finished doing our top 9 games better than the Game of Life,
right?
And this one sounded really neat. Yeah. So today we are talking about game 80 to 71.
Yes.
So, and just before I get into that real quick, we just spent a weekend together playing games in Red Deer because our friend Carla was hosting a board game weekend, and we played tons of game. It was amazing. So I didn't check if any of those made my list or your list this week, but probably not. There was a lot of new games we played.
Yeah, I played a lot of, mostly new games. So I don't think, none of mine from this list are on there.
Yeah, my wish list has grown quite a bit. The problem too is the games that it growed with are not little games. They're like $80 to $100 games. And I'm like, as I have like 7 new games sitting right there, do I...
Oh, that Mad Kala one that I played with Cherry.
If that was available, I was ordering that one. But it was Kickstarted, so it's not retail yet.
Yeah.
I didn't even play it. I just saw it. So.
It's so good.
Oh, man, I want it. I want it really bad. Nice. Well, let's have a look at what we did play in 2025. And some of them we actually own and don't have to kind of lust over. So we're going to start with number 80, and we're starting with you. So your number 80, Kayla.
My number 80 is Upon a Fable. So this one here, Carla actually introduced me, and it's kind of interesting. I don't love the artwork on this one. But the gameplay was really interesting. So you're in a fairy tale land, and you're trying to grow your realm, and you're doing that through adding more realms, and you're trying to get the support of more fables. And you get additional actions each round kind of as you go through. And so you can kind of see on the picture there, like add a small realm, And then there should be another, it must be under the cards over there, where you can add larger realms. But it was an interesting, and then there's like books that you can gather. This one here is kind of one of those ones where I played it once, I really liked it, would like to play again. I don't remember a lot of the intricacies of the gameplay, but despite it being very beige, which I am not a very beige fan. I know Carla loves her beige games. And so, yeah, I was a little hesitant, but it definitely has a lot of flavor despite its lack of color.
It is very brown looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brown and beige. Yeah. I will grant you that. I mean, there's some beige game out there that are beigey, but there's still like a artsy quality to it. This one does not have that at all. But you'll have a lot of those beige games that are like, look-wise, it's kind of like, but they're so good. So I guess this is one of them.
Yep.
Upon a Fable. I have not heard of this at all.
I thought you played it with us, but I guess maybe you weren't there.
No, that does not look familiar to me at all. All righty. My number 80 is Plunder, A Pirate's Life. Now, earlier in our list, I brought up Catan. This one is like a Catan replacement or Catan-like game for me, because it has a lot of similarities. Now, it's pirate themed. Now, components. Let's talk components first before we talk about anything else, because you have these big, chunky boats, and you can add pieces to it. You can add sails that makes it so the boat can travel further. You can add cannons so that the boat can battle better. You can add, you'll have like 3 pirates on there, like the little pegs, and that's showing that you have, staff on your pirate ship. If you ever take a hit and your last peg comes off, your ship is sunk, and then you got to take it off the board as well. That doesn't happen so much. It would really depend on who you play with. If they're very take that, because it'll give you some benefit to do it, but it takes a lot of work to kind of sink a ship, and it's easy to just collect the treasures, right? And because like Catan, you need to have 10 victory points to win the game. Like Catan, having a combination of different resources will give you the ability to build different things. Now, the resources are gold, iron, wood, rum, and there's another one that I'm forgetting. Unless there's 4, there's 5. I think there's 5. There's something else as well. But you'll have a combination of that will give you the ability to build a new boat, build or put extra men on your ship, or build a sail, or build a cannon, or to just purchase victory points straight off, right? You can do that as well. Now, where it's really interesting is each ship can travel so far based on the number of sail that they have. You have like 2 spinners. One's going to give you a letter, one's going to give you a number, and you spin those to see where the treasure are. And then you have like the red X, right? X marks the spot. Then you have to try to there's 3 treasures on the board at all times. So you're going to want to try to maybe go for the treasures. And when you land there, you take a treasure card and it'll give you something. Most of the time it gives you resources. Sometimes it'll give you points. A few times it's not a good thing. It's actually cursed or something, and something bad happens. So like there's a variation of what you can find with the treasures, but it's very satisfying trying to chase these treasures. And when you get the treasure, you spin that spinner again, and then the X gets moved to the new location. So that's where you're going now. Now there's also islands on this board, and you start where you control one island, and you can go, and then some island are just kind of public island that nobody really owns yet, and then some are owned by the other players. But you can go to those islands and you can attack the island, like pillaging the village, trying to take over that particular island, and then you would put your thing on it, and an island gives you a victory point. So every island that you own gives you the like extra victory points, but also at the beginning of the round, it gives you extra resource cards that you can draw from. So then you build your resources that way. So it's not like roll the dice, did I get the resource? It's the resource are shuffled. You just kind of randomly draw resources, and the treasures is going to give you resources. So it's a little bit different from Catan in that way. Otherwise, it has a very strong Catan feel. Components, however, I would say are much, much better than Catan. This is beautiful looking game. And it's so satisfying. I really, really enjoy it. Like I played it with my friends at my friend's house, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, let me find myself a copy. So I bought myself a copy actually, and then I played it with my siblings, and they loved it. So when my sister got married last year, this was my wedding gift to them. So it's just such a good game, and I absolutely love it. So that's Plunder, A Pirate's Life.
Nice.
Great. So now we're on number, I was going to say 81, but no, we're going backwards. So 79. And Kayla, you're number 79.
Yeah, so this one's another crossover, but not same video crossover. It's an Ohanami. So this one you chatted around last video, I think. And this one here, just to kind of refresh. So you're doing a cherry blossom garden, and you're building it. And so you have to put the cards in order. So you can see it's 3 separate columns, and they have to be in order. Starting, you can start low and go high, or high and go low. But you have 2 cards. No, you have 4 cards, isn't it? Because you take 2 each round.
You take 2 each rounds out of the 10. That's a card drafting.
Yes, yeah. And then you'll play them into there. Now, the fun part that I hadn't realized that we talked about last video is that, like, this one you can see is going 84, and then whatever that green one is, it's going to be less than 84. It could be 70, even though the middle column ends at 80. And so you can kind of have in both columns going up and down. So that part is extra interesting to me. Yeah, I don't know. That part I kind of missed the first 2 times I played it. But the third time I was like,
It is a puzzly game, definitely a puzzly game. And yeah, grasping your thought around like, well, because you got to play higher. Then higher here, it might be lower here. So even if it doesn't fit here, it might fit on another garden.
Yeah, and you start by scoring, is it the blue first, and then the second round you score the blue and the green, and then would score
all 4 in the third round.
Yes, and then the pink cherry blossoms are kind of like a set collection.
Yeah, the more you have, the more points they're worth.
Yeah. It's very, very simple. I quite liked it for that, for sure. Yeah,
and it's such a pleasing, like their artwork is beautiful. You know how we talk about how dull that beige game was? This one is not. It's very pastel, like it's very zen looking, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
So that's my number 79, Ohanami.
Good pick. All righty, my number 79 is, and that's Cascadia. Every time, like this is one where the more I play it, the more it grows on me. And this is a game that I like to introduce people to because it's very easy to explain and teach and learn. So it's a great intro game, but it's also captivating game enough that if you're a higher level gamer, like it's still an interesting play every time you play this one. So with Cascadia, you will have tiles that are associating with tokens, and each round you're going to pick one to add to your existing initial tile of like 3 spaces. And what you were trying to do is you're trying to create large clusters of the same terrain with the tiles. And those tiles also have like little animal icons. So there could be multiple icons on the one tile, or there could be just the one, but they indicate what type of animal can go at that particular tile based on its terrain and different things like that. So you're going to want to be able to put the tiles onto the tokens onto the tile as you build the board. And each of those animal tokens have different ways that they score. And it could be like, and that'll change every game depending on the cards that got drawn for that particular game. But it could be that, like, for the bear, they like to be alone and not touching other ones. Or I think in this example here that we wanted two bears together sharing a side. It could be that the salmon wants to be in a long line. Could be that, you know, the fox wants to be on forest, or different things like it has different things like that that's gonna base on how they're gonna score. So you're playing two puzzles at once. You're playing the puzzle of trying to create this largest clusters of the different terrain, because you're gonna score your largest cluster for each terrain. But you're also trying to play the puzzle of putting together these tokens in an arrangement that is going to maximize how they're going to score, but you're still limited to what has happened on the terrain. So it's like, oh, good, I'm going to put the forest here. Wait, no, because I don't want a fox here. I need a fox over there. That's going to split. Maybe I can connect my forest this way later and make it big. You know, like there's the two aspects you need to consider.
Yeah.
It is satisfying. It's just a simple, puzzly little game, but it has a lot of depth to it, and I quite enjoy it. So that is my number 79, Cascadia.
Nice. And you recently just played the roll and write for this.
Yes, actually, that was quite an interesting version of it for sure. Yeah. You're not going to hear about it because that was in 2026.
Yeah.
But it was a very, I don't like, I enjoy roll and writes, but I don't love roll and writes. And sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm okay just not playing this one. But that one was like, okay, this was really interesting. So, but yeah, Cascadia, the base game, is really good. Roll and write was pretty good as well.
Nice.
All right, 78. And we're starting with you again.
Okay, so my number 78 is Chinatown. So you and Carla talked about this one on the podcast a lot, so it went into the Excel sheet. And then we actually got it off the Excel sheet.
Nice.
So this one is a pretty hardcore negotiation. And you're trying to get cards that are in areas where you want to build up your businesses. And then you're going to try to trade for those businesses to get kind of sets so that you can score. And there's not really any sort of like rules around the negotiation. So you can trade somebody a really crummy card for a really good card, or what would be a really crummy card for them for a really good card for you. And there's no rules about that. So it's very enlightening in terms of negotiation and life that way. And then, yeah, each round you're going to compare the completed businesses and do payout of the money, which helps in the negotiation part of things. And then at the end, it's basically the player that's made the most money on their businesses wins. And there's different types of businesses, and they score different points depending on sort of their rarity and things like that. So it's not an overly like interesting looking game.
No, I'll grant you that for sure.
Yeah, the mechanics of it I quite enjoyed, and yeah, you guys both kicked my butt because there was something in there. There was something where I was like, oh, kind of halfway through, and so I think I would definitely like to play this one again. But it was very satisfying to get the little pieces. But the tricky part was trying to get the card and get the cards from the person and get your businesses all lined up together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is an interest. Like this is definitely pure negotiation as far as mechanic comes. I mean, there's some luck aspect because you draft, like you're getting some location and maybe you're lucky and you get 3 locations in a row together, right? But yeah, no, I do like this game for sure. I'm glad you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, no, I did definitely like that one.
Perfect. So that was your number 78, Chinatown. My number 78, and I don't remember, so I'm going to go see, and that is First Rat. Okay, first rat. First of all, I first heard about this one where it talked about what the theme of the game is. You are a rat family. You have heard that the moon is made of cheese. So you're all trying to be the first family to make it to the moon so you can gather all this cheese for yourself. So it's all about trying to get ready to take off to the moon. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I got the game kind of based on that because I was hearing a lot of positive about it. I was like, it sounds silly, but okay, we'll give this a try. And then it sat on my shelf for a long time.
A long time. I really wanted to try this game.
Long time.
I'm like, when did you play it in 2025, Mel? When? Because I was not invited.
I played it it got played at Melcon and it got played at the Rocky Mountain retreat. So those are the 2 times that I played it in 2025. But so I played it for the first time at the Rocky Mountain retreat. I brought it. I was like, hey, that's it. This is enough. I'm getting this one played. And then I played it. And it has one of the most interesting asset collection mechanism I've come across. Because you can move your rat, and you can move your rat up to 5 spaces, and where it lands is what you collect. Unless you want to move multiple rats. Then if you move multiple rats, you can move each rat 1 to 3 spaces as long as they land on the same colored space. So it lands on a yellow, then you can go there and then you can collect both spaces. Now, and there's ways that you can acquire more rats. So you can have multiple rats in the track. And as you go and you're collecting, and it's like, so what you're collecting is you're collecting sodium bicarbonate because you're going to collect vinegar and that's going to be your fuel, right? And then
going to the moon by mixing vinegar and baking soda?
Yeah, of course. Okay. I got to point out, I don't think we ever make it to the moon. We're just trying to get to the moon, right? That's the goal.
Okay.
We're working with what we got here. Okay. So the baking soda also, the box will be your ship. So you need those for to build the body of the ship as well.
Okay.
You're also going to collect calculators because you need some sort of computer on this contraption, right? So you need to collect calculators for that. We are also collecting cheese because that's our money. Like you're going to be buying, trading. That's cheese. And I want to say there's something else and I'm forgetting what else is the other resources. The vinegar, the baking soda, and tin can, because that's also part of. So I think it's like peas, cans of peas. I don't think we're bringing the peas, just the tin can. But yeah, so this is what you need to collect, and then depending on what you've collected, you can combine them differently to get your fuel, to get your engines, so on and so forth. So the theme is adorable. But so you're collecting this, you're moving us along. Now you also have this little light bulb that's above the row of what you're going up to. And then as you move the light bulb ahead, if you collect on something that is behind the light bulb, so it's already been lit up, you get to double what you collect there. So you're trying to push this light bulb ahead so that you can maximize what you're collecting at those locations. You also will come across different markets where you can acquire different things. Now, you can acquire different things in different ways. You can buy it and provide the proper amount of cheese to buy the particular item that's going to give you special abilities. It's going to maximize what you can do. Like it could be like you can collect more when you go at a certain location. It'll do different things like that, right? But if you don't have the cheese, you could steal it. But if you steal it, you're going all the way back down to the beginning of the row because you didn't pay for it. You had to run away, right? And then you start again at the bottom of the row. Now, there's two sides to this. You have like the pre-printed board. You could play on the other side where you have tokens and it's all randomized. I've played it on the pre-printed board. So the first few location offers a small amount of the thing. As you get further up, each location going to provide you much more of each thing. Right. So it makes sense trying to get further up because you're going to be maximizing what you can collect. Now, if your rat ever makes it all the way to the top, then he becomes an astronaut and he's ready to attempt to travel to the moon. And that'll give you extra points as well. I want to point out, I get so caught up trying to maximize what I want to collect, and I restart all the time because I steal everything at all the merchant. I have never made it to become an astronaut yet.
So you don't really know if they successfully make it to space. You're just saying you, as a rat, have never made it to space.
I, as a rat, have never made it to the astronaut level, let alone attempt to go to space.
I see.
But you know, like the concept is that it will work. It's theory at this point.
Right.
But there's like, cause there, and that even if you'd never become an astronaut, doesn't mean you're not going to win. Cause it's kind of like the more components you build, the more points you're going to get. But if you build that component first, you're going to get more points than whoever builds the component last. Then you have like the travel thing at the bottom where you can go and get extra rat, or where you can go and get special abilities, or where you can go and move forward on this other little track so that it gives you more points as well. So there's a lot of different things that will contribute towards getting more points as well for you to work towards also. But the whole movement thing was so interesting, trying to like, okay, what, like, and I really, really enjoyed it. The theme is whimsical. It's funny. It makes like, and it just kind of, you know, builds to all of this. But regardless of the ridiculousness of the theme, this is a neat, robust game, right? And I quite enjoy it. And that is First Rat.
Nice. Yeah, I really would still like to try that.
It's here somewhere. So all righty. We're on to number 77. And Kayla, we'll start with you.
Okay, so my number 77 is Ark Nova. Okay, so I'm going to have a shocking disclosure here. I have not played this on the table yet. I did this on BGA.
That's funny.
Yes, so Ashley and I played this one, and yeah, we were trying to look for games that we could play on BGA together. And she's like, "Do you know Ark Nova?" And I was like, "No." So I learned it. I definitely did not win, but I don't know as if me playing on the table would have helped with that. It is a pretty heavy strategy game, and you're trying to build the most successful zoo. So each player has your own zoo mat, which you can kind of see there more on the left. And on your turn, you're going to choose an action card to play. And how it works is the further to the right a card is, the stronger the action is. So the actions will include like building spaces for the animals, like enclosures, or playing animal cards. There's like research and conservation projects as well. And then you play the animals, and then as you play, the zoo becomes more efficient, and you get, you know, we unlock bonuses and things that kind of build up this kind of engine. And then the game ends when a player reaches the end of the appeal track, like they have made the most appealing zoo, and then you'll go to final scoring. And then it's all based on like how good your zoo looks, your conservation points, and then any of those bonuses that you've built up. So it's definitely, it's a longer game. I know you played it. I think you played it at FallCon. It wasn't like a huge, like an hour and a half teach.
Hour, 15 minute.
Yeah.
This actually is a picture of it. Now, I've got to say, he did a great job teaching. He covered everything. We had almost no questions afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, but an hour 15.
Yeah, I really liked it, and I would definitely I really want to play it on the table because some of it felt like I was being blocked by BGA. Obviously, like it's fine. It was probably something I wasn't allowed to do, so I was probably attempting to cheat based on my understanding of reading the rules, but the game wouldn't let me. Uh, but I feel like I at least foiled Ashley's plans a little bit in what she was attempting to do with some of the bonuses that I gained. So yeah, it's either one that I think that I would have to play a couple times back to back on BGA to get it pretty solid, or yeah, I could definitely benefit from a teach. But I don't. The video that I watched, it was not that long. I think the video that I watched was maybe half an hour. And I felt pretty okay to successfully play it. So, like I said,
after my play of it, I really enjoyed it. I bought the game, so I own this game. I have bought the expansion for this game because my brother kind of talked me into it. I have not played my copy of this game because I would be like, okay, well, if I play it with Lee, I was like, okay, that's a long teach, and I dread teaching it to somebody.
Right.
To kind of like refamiliarize myself with it because of how long that teach took for me. Yeah. So me and you should play it, then be like, oh, it wasn't that hard, and then I'll be good to go. But
yeah, 100%. Yeah, we should definitely do that. I'll add it to the list.
All right, sounds good. But yeah, otherwise it was a great game, great theme, because it's more like you're building a sanctuary, so it's like a positive zoo, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's my number 77, Ark Nova.
Wonderful. My number 77 is Vineyard. So a winemaking game. This is Roberta Taylor's game, one of her newest game. And so based on that, I was like, yeah, instant, back it. I'm friends with Roberta, so I like to support all of her games. I'm looking forward to the next one that's going to be coming as well, which I've actually played the prototype for like the trilogy of like that Creature Comfort, and it was amazing. So what is it? River Market, I believe it's what it's called. So I am so looking forward to that. But Vineyard, the winemaking game, is another one that I backed that arrived earlier this year, and I've played it a few times, and it was so interesting. I really, really enjoyed how this whole game played. Because first of all, there's all these characters that it's kind of like worker placement. You have all these characters that are friends running a vineyard together. And they're going to be doing different action that you need to do in the vineyard. So first you're going to start by kind of collecting the plants, and then you're going to have them where you have the grapes, and you get the grapes, and you need to stomp those grapes and turn it into wine, and by putting it into the barrels, and you need to age the barrel until it's nice wine that is ready to be bottled. Then you bottle and ship it out. But you can also do tours of the vineyard. That's another way of kind of source of income, and they're going to be hosting tours in the vineyard as well. Now, every character can do every action. However, based on your player board, some of the characters are better at doing certain actions than others.
Oh, okay.
So that's great. However, none of those characters belong to you. Other people are utilizing them as well. So it could be, okay, great, I'm going to use her to go and do this action. And somebody did it before you. Now it's like she's already there, so you can't move her there. She's already there. So you need to take a different character to do that action. Or it could be that, oh, you put this other character. Now there's no available space there. You kind of locked me here. So it's kind of a neat, like you need to plan what you want to do, but then you need to be ready to change your plan as needed as things get shifted around. And because you do kind of get in each other's way just because they utilize the character that you were hoping to utilize, and now or they've used the space you were hoping to space, and now that space is full, or there's different aspect like that. But it is very, very satisfying to kind of go through all of that. And you're also kind of based on the cards that you have, right? Like you need to be able to play the card to do the action. And so the whole thing just works so well. It just works so well. And what's neat is like you get these things onto the token, and now you move the token down, and then you load the token onto the barrel. And depending on the wine that you're making, it has a different recipe of what type of grapes that it's going to need. And then you put it on there, and then you have that in there. So now this is going to be that type of wine. And then you move it down, and then you age, and everything shifts through the board. Physically, you see like the travel of the wine on the board as well. I really, really enjoy this one. It was such an interesting game with like a unique spin on this mechanism. I hadn't come across something like that where you have like co-op worker placement that still gets in each other's way and stuff. So it was so satisfying. Really liked it. And that is Vineyard, a winemaking game.
Nice. Yeah, I really want to try that one.
Well, I have a copy and Carla have a copy, and then her copy is not, hidden somewhere. So this can happen for you. All righty. So we're on to 76. It feels like we're just like going right through these games right now. I love it. All right. 76.
Okay. So my number 76 is Ink. Also only played this on BGA so far. I tracked my plays on BGA for the first time this year, actually. So, this one here, I'm not really sure of exactly the theme on this. I know it's to do with ink, and you have like a quill wheel that's like the center part, and then you have the little ink
very
bottles.
Abstract.
Yes, yeah. So you're trying to put all your ink bottles out, but really the theme doesn't overly translate. The little ink bottles, I've heard, like when you're actually playing, are like peak components.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So basically on your turn, it's a tile laying game. So you're going to, from the center, you're going to take your ink bottle, and from where you are, you pick a tile. But if you go past the top, you can kind of see that wheel in the center. There's a little square with a white circle in it. If you go past that, then you have to essentially block off something on your board. So you have to kind of carefully pick the ones before you get around and kind of have that negative part before you go to the next part. So, so you're going to pick the tile, and you're going to add the tile to your painting. And then depending on how they line up, and if it completes the little objectives on the objective cards, then you would get that objective, and then you replenish the wheel, and you kind of keep going. So, you keep going until one of the players places their last ink bottle, and then that triggers the end of the game there. So I'm trying to remember if I don't think there is end game scoring, is there?
No, it's just the race game. It's very Nova Luna quality to this one.
Yeah.
Also, you have like 2 sets of bottle where some have to be played on certain colors. Other ones can go on any colors. But it's components are.
Is that a variation?
No. Oh, I don't know. That's the only way I've ever played it. But because you have that card where you have like the 2 colors on it, each player gets that.
Don't you want to have more of that color? Isn't that what that is?
I think you would want to have least of that color if you can.
Oh.
No, actually, probably more, because the other ones. No, because it's kind of a weird balance, because with those ones, if you're going to place them on a red or blue, it has to be one of those ink pots. You can't put the other ink pots on.
Oh, those. Yeah, because there's 2 separate. Yeah, there is 2 separate ink pots. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
There are certain actions that you can activate that will allow you to move your ink pots off the card onto the card so that they can be used anywhere. But otherwise, it limits where you can. And there's nothing more frustrating than you have the perfect place to place them, but you can't because that's not the right color and they're blocked.
Yeah.
But components, like, because these are little almost like looks like little see-through glass jars I don't know if it's glass or plastic. It's probably plastic, but little see-through plastic jars with like a little gray lid on it. Components are beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, it looks cool. I'd like to try it in person. I don't know if this would be one that I'd own, which is kind of interesting. That it made it on this top 100 list, because I don't get the theme. That would be my one complaint.
No, right, it's very abstract for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Mind you, Nova Luna has no theme at all either. So, which happens often with the abstract strategy game. I bought this one just before Christmas or around Christmas time. So I've played this a couple of times recently. It's a very cute theme. I think if you had to pick, like, I want something similar, would you pick this one or would I pick Nova Luna? For components, I would pick this 100%. For ease of play, straightforward play, I probably would go with Nova Luna because it's a little bit more simple, streamlined rules. While with this one, it's like there's a few aspects that feels a little clunky at first. It's okay afterwards, like which pot do you put face up, which pot do you put face down, and then that blocks, and then how things shift, and then like how some pots aren't available in certain places and some pots are. Like, so it has a few extra clunkiness to it that, I mean, it adds to the puzzle, and then those special action that you can activate as well. So it's like Nova Luna kind of in a more with a few extra rules, I guess. But yeah. Great pick.
I've not played Nova Luna, so that would be interesting to try that one also.
All of my comments are completely useless to you.
Well, I've definitely seen it and I've watched it played, and I can definitely, like, having looked at it, I could definitely agree with that. And I think maybe if I were to compare the two, maybe that would be my preference. But
we'll have to come over. We'll play Ink, Nova Luna, Frames, and then we can all compare because they're all kind of a similar style.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So that's my number 76, Ink.
Yes. It is such a beautiful box too, though.
Oh.
The artwork is great.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. My number 76 is Skyrise. So this is a bidding game that doesn't quite feel like a bidding game, but is most definitely a bidding game, and they do it so well, like so well. I have the middle deluxe component. Like, you have like a level up where everything has like the wash on it, so like everything really stands out in the minis. You can go kind of more retail version where everything is just cardboard, which would work, but like it would look very different because you have the board, then you have these 3D components that you add, like the islands that you add onto the board. And it kind of divvies between 2 players to 4 players because you just add an extra island for every player that's playing, and you remove it if they're not playing. When we play 2 players, it's kind of nice because then we just put all the cards that we have like onto the second half of the board. So it kind of works well. Instead of being on the table, they're just like on the board. But you each have your own player color, and you're going to have all of these building of your colors. There's different height to each building. You have like the short ones, the middle one, the tall ones, and then you get like a wonder that has a special ability that you'll be able to place at some point in the game as well. You're going to, and each of these building also have numbers on the back of it. And then it's kind of neat because you have them stacked one side. And then you see the numbers, and then on the other side, you'll see just kind of the top of the building. So when you're playing it to bid, you're going to place them face down so that you can see the number. So I'm playing, like, let's say a 21. Then the next person can bid higher, but it's also area control because they can't bid where I'm at. They have to kind of place it on a different neighborhood that is adjacent to where I've played, that is higher, with a building that is higher than the one I just played. So maybe I played a 21, so then they'll play like a 36. We all have different numbers. We don't have the same numbers. So one person, like a bit like Rob, where you have like those tokens that are from 16. Somebody has a 1, somebody has a 16. There's no duplicate, but you have like a variety. So same with this one. So if I play my most highest building, could be that somebody else has something higher, but could be that I have the highest building. Nobody else can outbid me. Then I just get that location. I turn my building over. I now own this building. I get to collect the token that was there. I add that token onto my board because there's a whole aspect to that as well. Like there's a multiplier factor. So the more colored tokens that I collect, multiplied by the color of those, or the color of those neighborhood I own, will kind of count towards the score. So you want to look into that a little bit, right? It could be like, oh man, I really wanted to win that yellow space, and you bid on it. Yeah, I can outbid you, but everything around isn't yellow. So now I'm outbidding you on a green space, which I didn't really want to collect right now because I've got a lot of those already. I need to build up on my yellow. Like it has that area control bidding quality to it, and it does it so well. Now, another game that has that same mechanism that I really enjoy was Nocturne, and it bids like that also. And one thing that's kind of cool is if you can kind of bid yourself into a corner, and then you're like, okay, now it's my bid. There's only one spot left, so I can put whatever I want in there because nobody else can outbid me from it because there's nothing adjacent. Then I just take control. Like you kind of trying to create those scenarios at the same time as trying to avoid other players getting into those scenarios and taking something that you may want. But it's neat. This is beautiful. Like even the retail version, because you have like the big wooden clunky pieces that you'd be bidding with, is still very satisfying. This one is so overproduced and it looks amazing on the table. But it looks great. And then the whole bidding mechanism, I feel so unique. And I really, really enjoy. Because if you don't like bidding games, this does not feel like a bidding game, although technically I guess it is. But it kind of takes away that bidding aspect that you may not like. It just works so well. So that is my number 76, Skyrise.
That's a good one. I did like that one. I was not sure about the bidding part of it, but I felt kind of like I was going against what's the other little city builder? They just did one that's
Foundations of Rome.
Yes, yeah. So if I was like nothing can replace that game. No, and then I'm like, oh, it's entirely different and very pretty. Okay. I like it.
Darn it.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, from the look of it, like you got the big board, you're kind of spreading a city. It feels like it might have a similar feel, but it really kind of doesn't.
Not at all. No. No. And the price point on this one is way better also. So it's an entirely different game and has a way better price point than Foundations. So none of those facts matter, but
keep in mind, Foundation of Rome does have Foundation of Metropolis.
Yes, it does have that new one now.
Because I didn't buy Foundation of Rome because of the price point. We're talking like $300. We're also talking about an entire Calyx board. That's a lot of shelf real estate to give up for one game.
Yes.
Foundation of Rome is cardboard components, so it fits.
Yes.
In a nice narrow box. It still has I was worried that you would lose the great because Foundation of Rome is so well organized. Everything's in a tray. And I was like, well, we're going to miss out on that. But you still get the trays. It's just cardboard. So they're you lose nothing except for the wow 3D aspect.
Yeah.
And you get all the gameplay. So, yeah. Great. Oh, great pick me. This was me. I was going to say, great pick. But no, that was my pick. All right, so we're on to number 75.
Yes. So my number 75 is Sage Stones. So Carla introduced me to this one. It's very pretty. So if you're looking at the picture here and not just listening to it on YouTube while you're driving into work like I would do, it's like a pleather case. And it's got kind of like a checkered, but not checkered, a squared grid as you unroll it. So all the component pieces go in the zipper end, and then you just roll it up, and then it just clips. It's got little snaps on it that hold it shut, so it kind of looks like a little scroll. But this one is like a dice strategy game, and it actually can play. I think it plays up to 6 players.
I think it's 6.
Yeah, Carla and I played it, just the 2 of us. Yeah. And it, what you're going to do is you're going to roll the dice, and the dice are like D6 dice, like six-sided dice, except the numbers are 1 to 3 twice. So it has 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And you're going to place the stones on a corresponding column. So you can see they're numbered 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on both sides of the board. So you're going to do that. And then the first sage, you're playing as sages, to place all 10 of your stones wins. But there's a part where if you surround somebody else's pieces entirely, like in the 4 spaces, then it gets taken from the board. So yeah, it's very thinky, and the board is also it's very well done, and it's actually not an expensive game. We were in I don't remember if I played this in Invermere or whether we played it. I have like a thought that we played it after,
because it wasn't in Vermeer. She didn't buy it, had regrets, sent Bernie to go pick it up, and then he brought it back after the fact. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, I played it the first time. Before that, my friend Dave had brought it to my house, and I think that's where Carla played it the first time as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's very very pretty. It's got like OG like old school game vibes, like
and
Mel and Kala.
Like old school, like 600 BC old school.
Yes, yeah, like not old school OG board game vibes, but yeah, and it's so simple. Like it's so simple, but it's really nice. I would definitely love a copy of this for sure. I think my spouse would really like it as well.
Yeah, well, the fact that it rolls up into a scroll, it has a neat, the whole packaging is so neat. Now, if you're trying to show a picture of the, game box, it's really annoying. There isn't one. But you just show 2 pictures of the open game, but it's beautiful, and it's because it wraps around the board. Like there's some really thinky aspect to this for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to the next picture, I think that it kind of shows it a little bit better because it goes together and then those snaps go in. And the nice part about it is because it has those tubes, you don't have the problem with it curling, right? Mm-hmm. So you might be like, oh, why is there 2 tubes? But I'm like, it's important because then it doesn't curl back up on itself when you roll it out. When, you have 1,100 board games and you haven't played it in 5 years.
Exactly. I feel targeted.
I don't know why you feel that way.
Oh, weird. All right.
So yeah, that's my number 75 Sage Stone.
Just as that comments, like you don't really need 1,100 board games. The fact that I'm like narrowed down to, I don't know, 30 or 50 games right now, I really feel like yes, I do really need 1,100 So it's fine. It's all good. All right. My number 75 is Wandering Towers. This one is just a neat, satisfying game. I like this game at the higher player count. I think that's where it really shines. It still does really well at 2, but I think like when you're in like a convention type environment and it gets brought out, this is where this game kind of battery. And you have all of these 3D little towers, and the towers has like a little, the top of it. Sometimes there'll be what is it called? Like a shield on it. Sometimes they won't. And the shields kind of indicate where the black tower is going to go. And then the black tower, there's also shields on the board as well, because it kind of creates like a circle. And you have all the towers in a circle to begin with. You have wizards on top of these little towers. And then you're going to get cards and you're going to activate the card to do 2 actions. You can move the wizard by so many space, and it'll say how much you're moving, or you may have to roll a dice or something. And then you move your wizard that many space from tower to tower until it lands on the top of another tower. But you can also move the tower and be like, hey, I'm moving this tower, and it moves so many spaces depending on dice or card and so on. And then it lands possibly on an empty space, possibly most likely on another tower. Now, if there are wizards there, they get covered up. So they're kind of trapped inside the tower until that particular portion of the tower is moved off. Because if you have a tower that is stacked, you can say, okay, well, I'm moving a tower, but I'm going to move the top 2 portion because my wizard's on the bottom portion and I want to release him so I have access to him again. So then you move the top 2 towers so many spaces and your wizard's not there. Like, oh, I thought he was there. Where's my wizard? Like, there's a memory aspect to this as well. But the goal is you're trying to move your wizards all the way around to catch up to the black tower and land in it. Because this is a race portion. Like, you're trying to get all of your wizards inside of that black tower, but you're also trying to fill up all of your potion bottles as well. And you do that by trapping wizards between the towers. Now, there's also some special ability that you can spend those filled, and it's fine. It doesn't kind of undo the fact that you filled them, but you can spend some of those to kind of activate certain special abilities that might come up, and there's different ones every game. But every time somebody lands in that black tower, this black tower runs away and it moves. And you could have been like, great, next round, I'm getting in. And it's like, nope, somebody got in there, now it's moving. And it's like, you can't reach it anymore, and you got to kind of rebuild yourself up. Like, it's so neat. It is so neat. I don't know who came up with this concept. Like,
I really like this one.
Right? It's so good. And to explain it, and I don't know how I'm trying to explain this. The first time it was explained to me, and I was like, okay. Right. I don't know what you're trying to say. Maybe it's a kid's game. But and yes, it would be great to play with kids, but it's amazing to play just among adults as well. Like, this isn't a kid's game that adults will put themselves through. Like, it's just a great game for everybody. Yeah. But it's just so interesting. It plays a fairly large number of players. I can't remember if it's 6 or 8. And then I have seen some people that have 3D printed these towers instead of the cardboard version. Cardboard version works great. 3D printed would be amazing.
Yeah.
But great game. And that is my number 75, Wandering Towers. It was actually played at Card Treat this weekend.
Yeah, it was part of Carl's.
That's right.
Call it his. Yeah.
It was all race games.
Yes. Yeah.
Like race extravaganza or something.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. So now we're on to number 74.
Excellent. So yes, my number 74 is Anno 1800. So this is actually based on a video game that I hadn't played until after I played the board game. And it actually does like a really good job of translating the video game aspect to the board game aspect. From my experience, it did a great job of translating the board game aspect into a video game, because that was the order that I played them. But essentially, what's going to happen is that you are kind of coming into the industry of engineering or development, and you have this population that, you know, they're like, okay, like, thank you so much for feeding us bread and beer and oh, wonderful, we have a pub for entertainment. Now we want more. And so, things, they start to ask for more. And so you have to start to fulfill those desires of your population. Otherwise, your popularity goes down. So it's this very odd balance of, keeping your population high and meeting their wants, but then also, the tricky part is that you can't build everything, right? So if you want to have, let's go extreme, you're going from bread to automobile, right? To get automobile, you need steel, and you need fuel, and you need rubber, and right, so there's all these different parts. So there is a bit of player interaction where it's okay, well, I'll work on getting a steel mill open and the mine open, and then hopefully they'll do the rubber because they need the rubber because they're wanting to do this. So if they do that, then I can use this. So you're kind of watching everybody's boards to see how you can interact with them. And it's tricky because sometimes that person's waiting for you to open something else because they can't open their part. So it has, you're playing against each other, but there's definitely this interaction that you kind of, it was oh, and you could talk about it, right? You're well, why haven't you built the I don't know what the heck the rubber mill would be called, but I'm going to call it a rubber mill. I don't know what that would be called, but yeah, it's why haven't you built that yet? I need tires. And they're well, I haven't built it yet because you haven't built this yet. And you're oh, okay, fine. So then you go and build this other thing, which kind of makes sense because of your other thing. And then it's the end of the game and nobody got tires or a rubber mill. So, yeah, we played with the expansion too, and I would really like to play it just the base game. Especially now that I've played the video game. So I didn't quite understand what they meant because I played with Carla and Ashley and Cherry. And I was I don't quite understand what you mean. And then I think I was a big part of why the rubber mill didn't get made. Because I was oh, I got to do this and I got to do this and and I was trying to do too many things. And then, after playing the video game, I was oh, and the video game, it shows you oh, your people are very happy and you have so much population, and now you have too much population. So then everything tips, right? So it shows you kind of in real time how that works in that exchange. So it's a very interesting concept, and I like that it's competitive, but it has that player interaction in it. So yeah, that's my number 74, Anno 1800.
Yes, because Carlos talked about this game so often, how great it was. I finally got to play it for the first time. Mind you, we started it at 11:45 at night.
No.
And I was I lost so bad. I had no brain power left, but I was I see it. This is a great game. So this definitely is on my wish list. I don't think I own it yet, but I will. So I would have to look at my list. I know I haven't played a copy that belonged to me yet, so that I know. But, right. Okay. All right. My number 74 is, and that's Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. I had a lady that had come to my house, and she was helping me with something else. And we got to talk about board games because if you come to my house, it's hard to hide the fact that I'm into board games. And she's oh, that's interesting. I like board games. And then, but she's talking Monopoly. She's talking, Sorry. And then I was okay. It's well, these are going to be very different. But yeah, if you enjoy board games, you'll probably enjoy a lot of these. And she's we should play something. Then I was okay. I was well, let me introduce you to deck building. And I think this is a great game to introduce to deck building. First of all, because of the IP, most everybody understands and knows what Harry Potter is. And a lot of people really enjoy Harry Potter. And this is a deck building game, and it's cooperative. So you can assist each other, and you can assist somebody who's new playing into how to play because it fits into the cooperative nature anyways. So it's a great teaching game to introduce deck building, I find. I like deck building, Star Realms. I love that as a deck building, but it's a 1 versus 1. You kind of can't like, well, let me help you destroy me. Like it feels different. This one works great for this. And what's very interesting with the year 1, the year 2, the year 3 is you can slowly introducing more and more into the game, kind of start fairly simple and slowly kind of ramp up the complexity of the game. But it's such a satisfying game. So you have your cards. Everybody starts with the same cards, and then you can, learn new spells or potions or get new allies to get added to your cards. And then you're trying to defeat the bad guys, and there's a bad card that comes up all along, and you have the major bad guys. You got to go through and defeat them all in order to win. And the next round, like next year, there's more bad guys, there's more bad cards, there's more spells that comes out. So it ramps up everything that you have access to. If you take too many hits and you get stunned too many times, you're going to put included these really amazing little metal tokens onto the location that has like a skull to it. And if you get too many of those, you kind of have to push back from that location and you're losing. And then if you lose control of the last location, you've lost the round, right? Like you've lost the game.
Right.
But it's such a great game. I absolutely love this. My go-to for teaching somebody deck building game. I have seen this exact game with a Toy Story skin to it instead of Harry Potter. So right. Depending on where your preference lie, or, own them both. But this is such a great game. I don't own them both. I have never played the Toy Story one.
I would definitely like to try this Toy Story one. Yeah.
We've played the Harry Potter though, right?
I don't know if we have.
I know we haven't, but have you?
Oh, yes. I've owned it and I have redistributed my copy.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yes. It can be one that you outgrow eventually, for sure.
Yeah.
Mostly at the year 1, like you may want to play again and not just start at year round and then just kind of keep them all out. But yeah.
Yes. I like the gameplay. I'm just, the IP is not my jam.
That'll do it. So Toy Story might be more where you lean.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So that was our number 74. And we're now on to number 73.
Nice. All right. So my number 73 is called Tricktakers. So this one here, I just found it. I found it on Boardgame Bliss, actually. And I just really, really liked the art. And so it's a Tricktaker. It's an imported Tricktaker. Yeah. And so you got the cards there. They're stunning. They have the little like these are the actual cards themselves. So it's like the 52 card deck type deal. And those there are the different players that you can play with. And the players all have, so it's kind of asymmetric because they all have different things that they want to do in order to be able to win the trick. And so, it can, depending on how you're playing, it can definitely vary. So you have your own secret objectives, and different ways to lose as well, which is kind of interesting. So it's standard trick taking. You play a suit, you have to follow suit when possible, and then at the end of the round, it scores based on how well each player did on their personal objective. And then the twist obviously being the different parts of each of the players and how they adapt to that. And the components are really, really, I really like them. It also, the other part of it too, it came with this, you can kind of see it in the top left of the Trick Taker card, but I'll kind of show it here. Tokens. It's like a clay token
nice.
for the first player marker. So it's very nice. And Yeah, I got the upgraded components. I would definitely not recommend getting the upgraded tokens because it didn't really do anything. It made it more confusing. I was like, I don't even know what of these is upgrading what.
Right.
But yeah, they have, little, for the little rabbit character, you have
Oh,
the rabbit. Yeah, but none of them were overly exciting in terms of upgrades. So it just made the little components, some of them are wooden, like they're not silk screened or anything, but the components that exist are quite nice. So yeah, I quite like that one. Yeah, so that's my whatever number we're on.
73.
73. Tricktakers.
It's a neat title. Like that would pull me in right away. Kind of the artwork definitely has like an anime quality to it.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, my number 73 is, let's bring it up, and that is Unconscious Mind. So I've played it for the first time with you and Carla. I bought it when you and Ashley went to Missions Fun and Game. It was part of their Ding and Dent sale, and I wasn't even there. And you guys were like taking a video of what's all there, and then I see it. I was like, how much is Unconscious Mind? And it was a ridiculous discount.
It was so cheap.
For a tiny little dent that you can't see unless you really, really look closely, because a bit of a corner got crushed a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
Like that I was like, oh no, this isn't dented. It's like, yeah, it is. Look right there. See, look closer, right there. So it's like,
zoom in.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But so I had known nothing about it except that I've heard good things. Carla raved about it. So I was like, okay, well, grab it for me. And then I had not played it because it's a daunting game to try to sit down and learn. And I never even tried. I was like, whoa, there's a lot to this. So we'll wait and see. But it's a worker placement game at its core. You have the board, you have like different actions that can be activated on the board, and you have these little speech or thought bubbles that you're going to be adding, and depending on where it points to which action you're activating. Now you cannot activate the same action twice.
And
I kept trying to do that every round anyways. That did not sink in, because you could have a corner that's still available, put a speech bubble, you can't point to it, but you already did, so you can't. Even though physically you can, you're not allowed to. So you got to select different actions, but then there's different, like, and there's a lot to kind of, because there's the action you can point to, but there's also the row that you are activating this at, because that's going to give you a value that's going to affect what you can move around on your main player board. And then that's going to give you something else that you can activate depending on how many tiles you've added to it. So there is a lot of moving pieces. I have only talked about a tiny little portion of this because there's the whole unconscious mind thing. We're a psychologist, and we have all these patients we need to cure, and we're trying to fix their dreams, or we're analyzing their dreams. And you get their card, beautiful, almost Dixit-like art to it. And then you have these see-through cards that goes over. It's like the nightmares or whatever that's affecting their dream or something. And we're trying to clear away all the nasty bits there or whatever, or we're trying to medicate them so they become numb enough that they're not affected by it. That whole aspect
somewhere in between there.
Me. There's something we're trying to do to them, and then there's like tokens or icons on these cards that you're trying to collect and put on there, and then you can kind of shift the token on the side as we cure them until they're cured all the way. We remove the things, and then they're cured, and then we've cured the client, and then we get a new client. And then that's the second aspect of this game. You also have this little board that kind of keeps track of, I have no idea what you're keeping track on there, but you have these little glass beads that you're moving around, and you can upgrade them from like into the inner circle, going like inside or outside because there's different icons on it, but you need to be at a specific icon in order to be able to, is it to cure? Is that where we're using that?
For curing, you have to go.
Because like on the wheel, because you got the 3 segment of the wheel, you got the 3 segment of the circle, and you're moving these aside to be on certain icons because these icons are going to be used to unlock stuff. I can't remember if it's our clients, that's how we cure them. It could be that that's where these symbols are spent. I don't quite remember. Then on top of this aspect of the game, we also have the main board game where you're moving around. And when you land on different things, there's different things that you can do there as well. And it also affects on who's there and who's not there. And then like, so needless to say, this is a bit of a complex game. There's a lot of moving parts to it. Now, explaining it feels a lot harder than it was to learn and play this somehow.
Yes.
It all made sense when you're playing it. Like everything fits together. So it's like, okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, and then we're playing and we're all going. We need very little help other than, no, Melanie, you can't place that there because you already activated that action. Shift that thought bubble away.
It is a great example of how fitting theme to mechanism can really improve gameplay.
100%. 100%. Yeah. And then, but components, this game is beautiful. We all have these like neat jar potion type see-through thing that kind of moves around on the board. The wooden components, the cards, the see-through card that goes over. This game is gorgeous. It's not like Carla's earlier beige game here at all, or Kayla's earlier beige game here at all. This game is beautiful. This game is big. Will take up most of the table. So you're not playing this on a little coffee table. You know, like you got to make sure you have the space for it as well. But
that is the only reason I do not own that game.
It's massive. Yeah.
Yeah, it would not fit on my table.
So that is my number 73, Unconscious Mind.
Nice. Good pick.
Perfect. Yes. No, I'm glad I played it with you guys and you guys taught me instead of trying to learn it from a rule book. Now we're on to number 72 and 72 for you, Kayla.
Yeah, my number 72 is My City. So actually I got this game from Travis. It is a legacy game, so you play through it. It's a Reiner Knizia. And so what you're doing is you're developing a city. You have all these different types of buildings. And I think there's... I think that there is 24 episodes. And... yeah, you're supposed to be, I haven't made it that far into it yet. So I think the idea is that you're going through the industrial age. So you're kind of moving through. So as you go on, it gets more and more. And yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to try and fit as many of the polyominoes as you can based on the rules for the episodes. And then as you keep going through, you're going to end up changing your board. So you might add some trees or open up a space a little bit more, or add some rocks for stickers to as stickers to change the board. And I understand that the scoring mechanism should change a little bit as well. So what you're trying to do is you want to put them on most efficiently so you don't have any open space. So very much like classic Tetris in that way. And then you have little objectives that'll come up as well that you're trying to do. So yeah. I don't know what the end of the game is like yet. As we kind of keep unlocking things, I will know more. But yeah, you win and lose each game too, and they're super quick. Like it plays really fast, which is nice. Like I think it's like no more than half an hour for sure.
Cool. Yeah, that's because they've got My City, and they have like a smaller, is it a roll and write version of My City then? Or My City
Yeah, they
Dice,
just had it for sale at Car Treat, and I didn't know that existed, but yeah.
Okay. I think I have the small version. I don't have the big My City, but I haven't played it yet. So
but the big one isn't overly huge.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a kind of a one and done, or if you're playing 2-player, you could play it through twice, I suppose. But
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Wonderful. So that was your number 72, My City.
Yes.
My number 72 is, and that is Power Plants. Okay. Power Plants is so good. It is by far one of my most favorite KTBG game, but it's a great game. I love it. Now, I don't know where I bought my copy. I'm pretty sure I bought it secondhand. I didn't back it. I didn't know it was, or like I didn't back it. I wasn't doing much Kickstarters when this one came out. I bought my copy secondhand from somebody from somewhere, maybe FallCon. This might be an auction thing. I could see that. But the copy I ended up with is a deluxe copy, and it is beautiful. So I don't know how it compares. I think regular copy, it's not little shaped minis for your tokens. I think it's just cube. I don't know if the tiles are all wooden tiles. It might just be cardboard, but my copy is gorgeous. And this was a game that went this is a game I learned how to play on my own or whatever. And it just takes a little bit to kind of grasp what exactly the puzzle aspect of it. Because first of all, you have all these different tiles. Now, it's a little bit like Dominion, where you're going to have more tiles than you're going to play with each round. You pull out the different ones that you're going to play with that round. Each tiles have a different card that you can associate to it. So every time you play, it's different tiles, different abilities for each tile. So it changes things all the time. I kind of like that. So, and then you have for each tile in play, you're going to have the placement action that you can activate if you activate that tile. Or you can do, and I don't know if it's like the day action or this night action or how it differentiates. I forget what they're calling it now. Or you can activate where you place the tile and you activate every other tile that it's touching. So you're going to do more actions, but it's going to be a lesser action. So you have I'm activating the tile I'm placing, or I'm activating the tile that is touching the one I'm placing. And you got to decide which one you want to do. And it's area controlled. You're going to be sending your sprites, I think they're called, like little fairies or whatever. So you're going to be sending them onto these location, and you can kind of try to get the other one, but like you battle each other out. You're going to be removing each other from there, but then one can claim it. Then you can move things ahead. You can spread more. And then in the end, the cluster of the same colors are going to score based on who has the most sprite onto that cluster. And they're going to score differently as well. And then they have numbers on the tiles, and that's going to be like tiebreakers. Okay, what's tie? Oh, but I'm on number 4. You're on number 1. I win. So different things like that as well. It is so satisfying. And to decide, am I activating the main action? Am I activating the secondary action of all these other tiles? Which tile do I want to draw? There's 2 that's available. Like you have 2, and then you draft another one from the bag. Or I'm not sure if it's from the bag where you're drafting, but it works so well. I love my puzzly games, and I really enjoy area control games. And this one just merged both of those things so well. It's so good. And every time I play it, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how good it is. And I love it. I absolutely love it. As I mentioned, one of my favorite game by KTBG. And I like a lot of their games, but this one is up there for me, and that's my number 72, Power Plants.
I've never played that one either, actually.
We should. It's so good. Perfect. So now we're on to 71. So this is the last one. I say like, wow, we're flying through, but we're an hour and a half into this. So not really. It feels like we were flying through. But number 71, and we're starting with you again, Kayla.
All right. So my number 71 is Naishi. And so this one here, Carla taught me, you were working. And so we had pulled out a couple games, and this one was an easy 2-player that we could play. And so, yeah, this one here, I love the artwork on. And the idea of it is that I don't really even know what the theme of it is, but it has a bunch of different types of cards. So you have like I can't even think of what is
I don't remember
in
what
here.
they're called.
There's like mountain cards, and there's like advisors, and there's like rice fields, and there's Rowans. I remember that one because I'm a Ninja Turtle nerd. And then there's banners and horsemen. So it's very like set collection based, and what you're going to it how you move about it. Like you start and you have the cards in the middle, which I think is the river, and then you have like these mountain cards, and you're trying to get rid of the mountain cards and replace them with these other more scoring ones. So yeah, I think the horseman, for example, I think if you had I think he was just worth like 3 points, but then you'd get a bonus point if you had a banner next to him. And so, yeah, it's a set collection, and it's really interesting how they all kind of like work together. And so you can kind of, depending on how the players are playing. So if everybody's trying to go for horsemen, then nobody's really going to score for them. But, if you're trying to get banners, because the banners that you have are, if you have 1, you have 3. If you have 2, you get 8 points, right? So if you're trying to collect those for that, then you're messing with the horsemen. So it is like a little bit of a tug of war game for sure. And it's definitely, I think there was a part where you could keep the mountains and it would be positive, but I think
yeah, is it like if they're not touching another, like if they're alone, then it's a positive score, but if there's mountains around, then it's not, something like that.
Yeah, or like if you have 1, then you get positive points, but if you have more than 1, then you score negative or something like that. Yeah. So this is one that I would definitely, I'd like to play this one again. It was just so satisfying to play because there's so many different ways to win. And sometimes what can happen when you have games like this, when you have more than 2 players, then you're like, oh, like that person's going for that and that person's going for that. But because it's a 2-player, it really can change from game to game what you can focus on. So yeah. Have you played it yet? Yeah, you and Carla have played it.
I've played it with Carla. I found my problem was I get so caught up in like, hey, I'm trying to build this puzzle. What do I want? What can I do? Ooh, I should put this over here. Then I was like, okay. And then I look at Carla and say, you got all 4 towers? Where was I? Like, because you kind of want to have like, let's try to have her like sabotage a little bit so they don't get everything they want. But you want to build your own thing as well, so you get score. But yeah, I was like, I'm feeling pretty good about what I built, except she built so much more because I just let her. But it's just interesting of what you can move, because what you have in your hand, you're going to be assigning to the different spots. So you don't know all the information, but it's also kind of related, like where the card has to stay in the location that they're at. So you got to shift things. It was good. It was so good. And it's such a tiny card game that's very unassuming.
Yeah, it's
good pick.
So yeah, that's my 71 Naishi.
Wonderful. So my number 71 in the last installment for this segment here, and that is Onitama. Oh, we're going out with the bang here. Onitama is so good. So good. Yes. This is another 2-player game. It has like the same Asian flair vibe to it. You have this neoprene mat that you're on unroll, and this is your board, and you have a 5x5 grid. You're going to put your master in the middle on your side and the 2 apprentice on either side. This plays very much like chess, but it's more obtainable. My mom was telling me how one of her grandson was big into chess and they were playing it together. And then she says, I have no idea. I don't know how to play chess. And I couldn't play with him. This one, what's so great is there's 5 moves. And it's on the card in front of you. And on the card, you'll see the black square, and that is your piece. So if you're moving your piece, he's there. And then the colored square around is where it can go. So it can go up and to the right or up and to the left, or it can go 1 space backwards. That's I don't even see the title of the name. So that's one of the moves. Maybe it's a monkey. Who knows? They have like animal names for everything. So all the pieces can move that way. Oh, could be. Can you read the Chinese characters there? Is that what you're doing?
No. Well, some like the shape sort of is supposed to kind of like the elephant is supposed to be the tusks, right? So
true. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure, I could see that. Sure.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. So you can make those moves, and then you're gonna move your apprentice and your master like that. Now, if you land on top of another one of the other player's character, you get to collect that character and it comes off the board, just like in chess. And in order to win is either you capture all of the other player's character, or you get your master into the temple token position on the other side of the board where their master started. So there's 2 ways to win. Now, what's interesting as well is you have 2 actions, 2 movements. The other player has 2 movement. These cards are face up. Everybody can see them. And there's a 5th movement that's in between you, also face up. Everybody can see that. When you do your action, if I do the scorpion action, we're calling it, then I place that action into the middle and I replace it with what's there. And then I get that other action. So you're going to be filtering through these 5 different moves as you play. So it could be like, okay, well, I could go there because I can see you have no way of attacking straight ahead.
Yeah.
And then I can try to position myself there so I can try to move over here and then I would win. So that would be great. However, if I do this action with this one, that means you're going to get access to this particular action next round, or I'm not going to have access to the one I need to go here. Like you can try to think a couple of moves ahead because there's only 5 moves that can be done and you can kind of see that. But at least if you move ahead, like, or you could just be like, I can see you're going to capture me if I go there. So I'm not going to go there. Oh, well, you can capture me if I go there. So I'm not going to go there, but I would be okay there, but I'm far. That's not really where I want to go. So everything is perfect knowledge. Everybody has the same access to the same knowledge. It's just pure strategy. But it's so neat, so satisfying. And there's a lot more than 5 cards in this game. So every time you play, you have slightly different actions that you can play.
And they have expansions and stuff too.
Yes, that just adds more. I went to AutoFest, which is the anime convention, and I was volunteering for FalCon there. And now this is an anime convention. It's not a board game convention. So this was the game that we had at the FalCon table to kind of initiate people quickly in a very quick setting, quick to learn, quick to teach, super satisfying to play anyways. And it just works so great. Like it works so great. And this tends to be one that I know when we play, it's like, okay, again, best out of 5. It's like, okay, best out of 10. So whatever's going, but it's just so good. And that is my number 71, Onitama.
That is a very good choice. My father-in-law, actually, he used to be quite involved in chess. And yeah, I introduced him to this one and he was quite surprised by it. So he was like, I really like that. So yeah, even chess players will like it.
Yes. Yeah, I think so, because it just scratched that itch so well.
Yeah.
And it's small, it's easy, like it takes no space. It's just a perfect game all around.
Yeah.
But so those were the top 80 to 71 for the games that we played in 2025. So next week we're going to be doing from 70 to 61. So we're getting close to almost halfway.
Very excited for that list.
Oh, are you really? Nice.
Yes, yeah. I was looking at where the cutoff was, and I was like, I looked at my 70, and I was like, oh.
You should be higher.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, no, I do enjoy it. Like, I find it so satisfying to kind of revisit the game we played. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Oh yeah, that one was so good. So,
yeah.
And mostly after having a full weekend of board game plays, I find when I come back home, I'm like, hey, I want to play some more now.
Yeah, my spouse is sick right now. And I got, where is it? Right here. I have There and Back Again that Carla and I are sharing. We have a couple board games together now. And we have shared custody. Interestingly, actually, they're both Office Dog games. One is River of Gold, and then the other one is this There and Back Again. So Carla's finished it, and I've not played it yet.
That would work. Like, yeah. I can't play all my collection all at once. And instead of owning 1,100 games, maybe you could own 600 and trade with other people from time to time.
Yeah, I love River of Gold. I love River of Gold. So I played it, and I'm like, oh, but it's so big. And so I was like, Carla, I was like, would you go halvesies with me on this? And then it can stay at your house sometimes, and then it can stay at my house sometimes. So yes, currently it is staying at Carla's house.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's not obvious to store so many games.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have no qualms in lending games. I do that quite a bit with my close gaming friends. Because I know they'll respect the game.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't play them all. So not in 3 years, apparently. So but yes, so this was our top 80 to 71. We're going to be back in a week with the next installment. So be sure to tune in for that. But before we call it quits for today, Kayla, where can we find you?
Yes, so I'm on Bluesky as March Hatter. And I'm also on Instagram as Table Turner Games.
Nice. So I'm on Bluesky as well as Mel's Board Game Room. I'm also on Instagram at Mel's_boardgame_room. I have a Facebook page called Mel's Board Game Room. And then I also have my YouTube channel, Mel's Board Game Room, and a podcast called The Board Game Specialist that I do with Carla. And for that podcast, we have a Discord channel with the Board Game Specialist as well. That's a long list when you add all of that together. Jeepers.
It is.
Right? I was like, normally I don't list all of that. So it's like, whew, I just keep going. But yes, so thanks so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.
Bye.